In a world full of surprises and uncertainty, where tomorrow could be shadowed by disaster, how much faith can you place in those old food storage tricks we've always heard about? For example, a common misconception is that honey never goes bad and can be kept forever. To uncover the reality of this and other myths, join us as we navigate the confusing world of misguided advice and debunk the top 10 food storage myths that might be lulling you into a false sense of security. Can you handle the truth? Well then, let's begin. 1. The whole wheat deception myth. It's a widespread belief that whole wheat must grace every pantry, considered an essential, non-negotiable component of food storage. While whole wheat has been lauded for its nutritional value and versatility, positioning it as a universal storage staple can be misleading. True, numerous households have integrated whole wheat seamlessly into their diets, using it to bake bread, employ grain mills, or craft homemade pastas and cereals. However, the utility and appeal of whole wheat aren't universal. Some families might find limited use for it or may even have dietary restrictions that make it less central. It's crucial to understand that effective and efficient food storage isn't about following a one-size-fits-all guide, but customizing and tailoring the stock based on the family's preferences, needs, and regular consumption habits. The goal should always be practical usability over perceived essentiality. 2. The never enough fallacy myth. The popular notion suggests that when it comes to storage, more is always better. An overflowing pantry equates to guaranteed security. While the spirit of preparedness is commendable, it's crucial to approach it with a sense of balance and wisdom. Continually amassing supplies can quickly deviate from practical preparedness to impractical hoarding. There's an art to knowing when enough is enough. Several factors, space availability, financial constraints, and the actual consumption patterns of a household all play pivotal roles in determining storage necessities. Overstocking might not just be unfeasible, but can also lead to waste and mismanagement of resources. It's imperative to strike a balance where your supplies serve your needs, rather than overwhelming and burdening you. True preparedness lies in smart, practical, and sustainable storage habits, not mere quantity. 3. The target on your back paranoia myth. The belief that maintaining a significant food storage transforms you into an alluring mark, drawing unwanted attention and making you vulnerable. While there is some truth to the idea that ostentatious stockpiling can make you noticeable, this potential risk is easily mitigated with discretion and prudence. Smart shoppers know how to buy in bulk without drawing attention, especially when they capitalize on sales and deals. Additionally, the age-old wisdom of silence is golden comes into play. There's no need to announce or boast about your storage achievements, particularly in local communities where word spreads fast. Indeed, platforms like YouTube might seem like they defy this logic, but remember that the global audience is vast and anonymity is still somewhat preserved. Ultimately, the key to extensive food storage is to keep it low-key, ensuring safety while still being prepared. 4. The perishable delusion dilemma myth. The prevailing thought that when it comes to food storage, you should exclusively zero in on items that won't go bad, sidelining all perishables. Adopting such a lopsided strategy can lead to nutritional gaps and a monotonous diet. It's essential to recognize that today's advanced preservation methods have made it feasible to store many perishables for surprisingly long durations. Whether it's freeze-drying fruits or vacuum-sealing meats, these techniques have revolutionized our storage capabilities. Plus, having a diverse stockpile ensures a more balanced diet, accommodating a range of tastes and nutritional needs. By keenly observing sales cycles, one can effectively gather a harmonious blend of perishables and non-perishables. This ensures not just longevity in food supplies, but also variety, providing a culinary experience even in stringent conditions. 5. The comfort food oversight conundrum myth. The commonly held belief is that when prioritizing storage, you should strictly focus on the bare essentials and fundamentals. While the basics undoubtedly play a critical role in survival, we shouldn't underestimate the power and significance of comfort foods in our storage plan. In times of distress or upheaval, these familiar tastes can serve as reminders of better days and offer a brief escape from the prevailing reality. Whether it's the fizz of a Diet Pepsi or the soothing taste of chocolate, these items can provide solace in their unique ways. And it's not just about individual cravings, It's about ensuring the emotional well-being of the entire family. A balanced approach, where we combine both essentials and these treasured comfort foods, can make all the difference in maintaining morale and optimism amidst adversity. 6. The long-term commitment misconception myth. A prevailing notion suggests that the primary purpose of food storage is to brace for apocalyptic events or catastrophic disasters. The utility of food storage extends far beyond mere doomsday preparations. Life is unpredictable, and while we hope never to face a global crisis, more common occurrences such as financial difficulties, job losses, or regional supply chain disruptions can also make a reliable food reserve invaluable. Consider the smaller inconveniences like a sudden storm, transportation strikes, or a neighborhood-wide power failure. Having provisions for short, medium, and long durations ensures you're equipped for a range of scenarios. It's not solely about preparing for the worst, but being resilient and adaptive to any curveball life might throw. 7. The immortal canning misconception myth. There's a widespread belief that once food is canned, it becomes a perpetual asset, immune to the effects of time. While the canning process significantly prolongs the longevity of food items by creating a sealed environment, the contents are not eternally preserved. Over time, the nutritional value can degrade, and the taste can alter. It's not just about the physical integrity of the can, but the quality of the food inside. As with any stored item, vigilance is key. Depending on the food type, canned goods might remain safe past their best buy date, but they might not be at their optimal quality.
Perhaps.
Regularly checking, rotating, and consuming older stocks while replenishing with new purchases ensures that your cash stays both safe and satisfying. 8. The eat anything during crises fallacy myth. In the midst of an emergency, many hold the perception that as long as it's food, it's suitable for consumption. Contrary to this belief, dietary consistency is incredibly important. Imagine the added stress of a crisis situation, then imagine changing your entire diet overnight. It's a recipe for discomfort and potential digestive issues. Our bodies develop a rhythm with the foods we eat regularly. An unexpected shift can result in stomach upsets or other health concerns, especially when combined with the stress of an emergency. Furthermore, having familiar meals helps in maintaining a semblance of normalcy in otherwise tense situations. Familiar flavors and meals can be a source of solace and act as an anchor, reminding us of better times and providing hope for a return to normalcy. 9. The food is everything fallacy myth. Stocking up on food is synonymous with being fully prepared for any crisis. A common misconception is that a well-stocked pantry is the end-all be-all of disaster preparedness. In reality, while a generous food supply is undeniably crucial, it's just one facet of comprehensive preparedness. Think of it as a single gear in a larger machine. Other gears, like access to clean water, essential medications, sturdy shelter, dependable tools, and survival skills, must work in tandem to truly face challenges head-on. Just as you wouldn't venture into a storm with only an umbrella and no footwear, a full pantry alone won't suffice. Comprehensive planning means anticipating a range of needs, ensuring not just survival, but a degree of comfort and security during challenging times. 10. The universal checklist illusion. There's a definitive universal checklist everyone should follow for food storage. In the realm of preparedness, the belief in a one-size-fits-all strategy is a mirage. No two families or individuals have the exact same requirements, habits, or preferences. While a generalized guide might serve as a helpful starting point, it's paramount to adapt and modify based on personal nuances. For instance, a family with gluten allergies wouldn't prioritize whole wheat as much as another might. True preparedness is not just about ticking off items on a list. It's a careful curation that reflects the distinct needs, tastes, and dietary constraints of its members. Tailoring your storage strategy is not just smart, it's essential for ensuring the well-being and comfort of everyone involved. By the way, coming back to our example from the beginning, while honey does have a long shelf life, improper storage, like leaving it in a warm, moist environment, can cause it to ferment or introduce harmful bacteria. Relying solely on age-old wisdom without proper knowledge can sometimes lead us astray.